On my channel. I hope this time the quality might be a little bit better because I have a new phone. So I think the video quality on YouTube is going to be a tick better. Well, let's see. So let's jump into the topic for today. So this week I posted a reel on my Instagram page, Hannah Fritz Fertility. I have the same name on Instagram, where I post very regularly regarding fertility, infertility, how to boost your fertility naturally to be able to conceive faster. And I posted a reel this week regarding the 5 main steps that I personally would take, the kind of lifestyle habits that I would change to get pregnant faster if I would want to plan a pregnancy, if I would want to start 2026 with a baby. This is what I would do. And this is after 3 natural pregnancies where I have learned my body signals, learned what works for me. And this should obviously not be seen as medical advice, but something that I want to share with you also when I have made a ton of research about what is it actually that affects fertility the most. Because of course you could do so many different things to work on your fertility, but these 5 things is what I have found has some of the largest impacts on me. So the first thing I would do, and I think when you read about like what should I do to get pregnant as fast as possible, it is to start tracking your cycle. And this is something that I would definitely also do, but maybe a little bit different than what you sometimes read about. I would mainly of course, track the whole cycle length. How does my period look like? How does my how am I feeling during my whole cycle? I would not use a thermometer and track my temperature, and I would actually not use ovulation kits because I have tried both of these things in the past, and for me personally, I find that they stress me more than they actually help me in the end of the day. So what I have found works the best for me is to be aware of the symptoms in my body. How does my body feel like? What is my energy, my libido? How is my cervical mucus? This is something that I have found to be way more makes me come in tune more with my body, because if I would measure the temperature and something feels off, or the temperature measures a little slightly wrong, and I Google and or if I take ovulation tests and they're not clear or they're negative, then this is something that will worry me more than help me. So this is something that I've actually I have tested it, but then I've put it to the side and focused on more natural aspects, which I have found helps me a lot to kind of calm down, because actually the last point that I'm going to come to is connected to actually calming down and protecting your nervous system. And this is a really big part for me personally. I would also, the second point that I would do is to invest in food, in nutrients-dense foods, plenty of protein and healthy fats. I would really put even more effort into cooking, and cooking pretty much all the meals at home. For example, less takeouts, less ready-made meals, and really focus on, I would not stand in the kitchen and cook 2 meals per day, but I would try to prepare the meals that I eat at home. So if you're, for example, working, eating out a lot, I would try to work on that aspect to cook more food at home and to really invest in high quality foods, because nutrition is pretty much it's not the whole aspect of boosting your fertility, but it is a very, very big part of boosting your fertility. So this is something that I would definitely do. I would also, the third part, I would look over my caffeine intake. I'm not a fan of forbidding myself from doing anything, and other women as well, when I support other women to conceive naturally. I rather think that, everyone are different, and some can not take caffeine at all. Also, when they're not trying to conceive, they actually avoid caffeine because they feel that they don't feel good from consuming caffeine. I really enjoy to have 1 cup in the morning, and this is something that I would still keep for now if I would try to get pregnant. I would rather look over like, how do I consume caffeine? Do I drink it on an empty stomach directly in the morning when I wake up? No, I would probably have a nutrient dense, high protein breakfast first, and then after that, after an hour to an hour and a half of waking up, I would after breakfast have a cup of coffee. I would skip the coffee. I normally at the moment have my second cup around 2-3 o'clock. That I would not have anymore, but then I would have a herbal tea or go again into matcha, and sometimes I'm coming into these periods, matcha latte periods. So that's what I would do. But I rather think that if you really enjoy to have a cup of coffee and like to rule it out completely directly, this is just my personal view. That's not from me. But of course, if you're feeling really high, for example, if I would have a really bad PMS, if I would have a really kind of unhealthy cycle, I think that's worth to look into even more with caffeine, because that can be something that stresses your nervous system and is not really supporting your cycle. So then I would look into it even more. But for me personally, this is how I would start, at least. The 4th point is that I would take a prenatal, like a high quality prenatal supplement, to make sure that I have all the nutrients that I would need for a healthy pregnancy. I would also boost myself with vitamin D around ovulation, because vitamin D is an essential vitamin for a healthy cycle, healthy hormones. It's really tightly linked to our hormones, but also to our ovulation. So I would boost around ovulation. I would boost with vitamin D. I would also consider taking a omega-3 because this is also something that is really, really good for a healthy pregnancy. And the 5th point that I already made a little bit of a cliffhanger in the beginning, I would protect my nervous system. And this point is so important. It's more important than we ever would think. And it might be in steps which we don't see directly, but if we look at, and this is something that I do a lot with my clients as a fertility coach and as a holistic coach, look over the different aspects of my life. What is actually maybe causing me more stress than it should be right now? How can I work to relieve that stress? And it can be many different things. It can be, for example, to get more quality sleep, going to bed early, making sure that I get the hours that I need. At least 7 to 8 hours is what I would recommend. And to alleviate or to not to have so many distractions in the evening and sit really late watching Netflix, scrolling on my phone, would definitely prioritize even more to get the quality sleep that I need. I would also try to de-stress in general. This is a very large, broad term to just kind of de-stress. It's not as simple as it sounds, but look over my work situation, my schedule in general, what is stressing me, maybe also what is occupying my mind. How can I work with my mind? Can I write down what I'm thinking about, my worries? How can I solve that? Can I talk to a friend? Can I talk to someone that can support me with this? So this is actually really, really major. And as well, we're living so busy lifestyles nowadays. We're also many women having work and having, aside from that, a lot of social activities on the side. And this is something that I would also look over. Definitely not isolate myself in any way. Still see friends, and that's so important to get out and do things you love. But really look over that it's not stressing you more than necessary in the process of conceiving. That is something that I would look over and really sometimes reflect. Do I need to go out today and have a dinner, or do I need to take care of myself at home, have a nice meal? Also something related to this that I did not include on my list, but also I would limit alcohol. Like, this is a part of sometimes going out, having dinner and so on, but this is something that I would put to an absolute minimum when trying to conceive, because this is, I think everyone knows this, that alcohol is something that can really affect our health in general, and also when we try to conceive. So this is something that I would limit. And so to wrap up this video, I want to give with you some tips here, some tools that you can maybe use when you try to conceive. If you're looking for more personalized advice and guidance and a full review of your current lifestyle and where you should put your impact, your changes to have the highest impact on your fertility, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am Hannah Fritz Fertility on Instagram. I will link that also below. My DMs are always open for chatting about fertility, infertility, and everything there in between. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and talk to you soon again. Bye bye.